awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio. Today I'm talking about two awesome action figures from Joytoy, Materus and Torvo, who are the Bladeguard Ultramarines from the show Secret Level on Amazon Prime Video. And honestly, I do not have Prime, but it just happened that someone actually uploaded this episode on YouTube. And so I actually watched that. I don't know whether it has been taken down yet, but anyway, and now I understand what it is. It was a great show. Secret Level is an anime series made in 2024. It is an anthology show, which means every episode is a different story based on a video game world. And each episode stands alone and shows a short animated tale from a different game universe. Materus and Torvo appeared in Season 1, Episode 5, called the Warhammer 40k, and they shall know no fear. In this story, a squad of elite Ultramarines, chosen and trained from childhood to know no fear, are sent on an almost impossible mission. They must destroy a dangerous relic on a hostile world filled with cultists and horrors. Together, they fight through overwhelming odds in a brutal mission that pushes every Marine to the limits. I don't want to reveal too much, to be honest, otherwise I will spoil the story for you. Well, funny enough, I did not get the titles because I expect that to be sold out really quickly. And then Joytoy will release, I don't know, like a special, collector edition or whatever. So yeah, I'll just wait and see what happened, right? Apparently these new figures, they are actually also in the same size as the latest SM2 figures, which I mentioned in the previous video before. They have been significantly reduced in size. So you can see the Titus, the first Space Marine 2 series figure, and this latest one also on the Space Marine 2. So apparently these figures actually in this size, and a lot of people saying that, oh, that's great, now they reduce this back to the old size so that you can actually play together with the 40k series. My question is, really? Based on all the figures that I collect since day one, I don't believe they are actually the same size. They are actually in different proportion and also different height. So in this video, let's take a look at the scale issue as well. I actually think the scale are all over the place. Whether you believe it or not, you watch till the end of the video because I have another scale comparison to tell you that these are in fact a separate height. Next, so these are all the accessories. I'm not going to go for the hands again, so let's have a quick look. For two figures, you have 4 sets of hands, so which is pretty good. So there are plenty of exchangeable hands for you to play with. So my first impression, these figures just looking great. I really like them. The details, the finishes, all really good. It combined with the latest SM2 design, yet the painting are excellent. I actually think these figures painting even better than SM2 in my opinion. We like the the weathering, the shadows on the figure, and they're actually quite colorful as well, which make it really eye-catching to me. Anyway, first thing first, let's take a look at the accessories before we look at the figure. So these are the accessories here. So they're the Bladeguard, so they have the Storm Shield. So both looks exactly the same on both figure. And the back as well also looks exactly the same, and you can see they got all the details inside looking really nice, and the sculpt looking amazing. So if you actually look at the first generation of Bladeguard, you can see the size differences between both. In terms of the detailing, definitely sharper than the older one, but this one actually still pretty good, to be honest. And the back, even though they both got good details, but you can see the older one actually got this kind of like factory molding on it, or marks on it. So now you can see there are no marks on it. So that is a huge improvement. And same as the old one, you can actually take this, handle out, and you can actually put it in different angles, so that is pretty cool as well. So it is good that they keep this old feature, which is really helpful. And then on the Toro, you got a power sword I'm not too sure why. It looks very familiar to me. I may have seen it somewhere in one of these figures I have, but I couldn't remember now. But otherwise, I like the changing colors, you know, from a dark gunmetal to a light silver color, and the details of the handle looking really nice as well. Then on the Meteorus, it has a power axe. One of the many reasons why I got the Meteorus is because of this axe. There's a acrylic kind of like decoration, you know, the wings on the axe, and also the patterns on the handle as well, recessed patterns. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, very simple axe, but looking really nice. What I really like is actually the weathering, the painting on it, right? You know, under the lights, you have this shininess, and also you can see the weathering on it, or the, you know, dry brushing highlighting on it. So that is a bolt pistol, comes with a Toro, so you can see the bolt pistol details are very nice. You cannot pull the cartridge off in this one, which is fine. Yeah, I like it. And the next one is the plasma pistol on the Meteorus, and it is very similar, you know, in terms of details compared to the Space Marine 2 Relic Armor guy. They're very similar in details. Yep, but looking really nice as well. Alright, the Meteorus also provided with a head sculpt, so you have an alternative head. So you have the helmet or the head. Sculpt and the painting is amazing. So I really like the look of Meteorus. I really like the beard with the white highlighting on it. This is one of my favorite head sculpt as well. What makes this very unique though is the size of the head, and also because the figure size has been reduced, so that the head is actually, you know, significantly smaller compared to a kind of like a typical 40k, you know, head, right? So, and I'm talking about a non-SM2 figure, right? So this figure technically is to match the old 40k line, right? So, but if you look at the head size compared to each other, you can see the new one still a little bit smaller, which is fine because, you know, the older figure, the head usually a little bit bigger because proportion wise it doesn't look right. But this one, to be honest, they reduce the size. I actually think it looks right, but I'm quite sure some people complain it may be a little bit too small. But at least when you compare to the animation, yeah, it looks pretty close to it, right? I am excited to share that my channel now has an official collaboration with LT Cave, one of the best places to get your hands on 1:18 scale action figures like Joytoy, Warhammer and more. One thing I love about them is their LT points and LT fans club. With every purchase, you earn LT points. Regular members get 2% back, but LT fans get a huge 12% back in points. Yes, 12%, that's a lot, which you can use on future orders. Fans Club members also get access to exclusive figures and bonus discounts when buying multiple items. If you're a serious collector like me, the savings really add up. I've already used my LT points to get a discount on my next figure. Definitely worth checking out, so why not visit the website, have a look and get your favorite figures. Similar to the Space Marine 2 line, the helmet, you can actually pull the upper part off and put the light inside. As you can see, this is the green transparent piece here, so the light will, you know, kind of go through it, then it will look really good. So even though the helmet is a little bit smaller, but you know, you can still able to put the light inside. Both figures have amazing details, and you can see on the Toro, it got this decoration, you know, piece here. And what makes this rope interesting is it actually go all the way and actually attach to stud on the shoulder. So that is a very interesting design. It wraps around the stud. So I've never seen this kind of like detail before. And I like the pauldron. You can see the pauldron details is amazing. You got all the recess, you know, scripts on it. You know, the details there is amazing. And on the other portion as well, looking beautiful with the purity seal on it, and also recessed letters, beautiful. Even the Ultra is actually recessed. Belt itself with accessories, grenades on a ball joint, and also the details and sculpt is very realistic. See, these are soft plastic. The apron is on soft plastic as well with black shadowing. And I love this hip armor, which got a double layer on it, and the legs as well got this, you know, very precisely painted, you know, circular armor piece in there. And as mentioned before, the shadowing on the Ultramarines blue is pretty nice as well. The back also got an apron as well. All the details are amazing. The Ultramarine U as well, you know, a protrude details. And the standard at the back, you can actually pull it off. So that is good, and the stud is actually long enough. You remember the older Joytoy figures, the stud is very short, but now it's longer, so it's more stable. When you put it in there, it's actually better. And then the matrix, halo is beautiful, and you can, once again, yes, you can pull it off as well. Same as Tofu, the portion got all these really nice, recess scripts details, and the other one as well, beautiful, and with the cross, all the details are raised, so that is why it looks so good. And I really like this cross in the acrylic as well. This tiny detail make it really cool. This cloth, the apron as well. My God, you can see all these little details on it. You got all these like horizontal details on it. The detail looks really sophisticated, highly detailed, and with this really thin but accurately painted, gold lined on both sides, looking beautiful. And look at how thin this is as well. This is amazing. And the legs as well, pretty cool. This is just a print. And otherwise, the back also got an apron, the belt, tie armor as well. Look at this tie armor, got all this nice decoration on it. But honestly speaking, I do think the Toro actually looks better. One reason is if you look at the chest, right? This is flat. This was actually more bulkier, right? So in terms of look, I do think this one looks much better, and this one just looks rather flat. So I actually prefer this one over this one. But otherwise, yeah, both are pretty good anyway. Scale comparison. So we're gonna compare with the older or first generation of Bladeguard. So I have one here, Sergeant together, so that we can see the height comparison. Actually different height, and of course you may argue that this is secret level, so it can be entirely different line, which is true as well. Then if you compare with the Titus, or the first Titus from the Space Marine 2 line, so you can see obviously Titus is just much bigger. And I'm quite sure the new Titus from the secret level 1 will match the same height as the Bladeguards. Then compare with the latest Space Marine 2 line, the Artificer armor guy and the Willet, or the heavy Willet armor guy. So they all look exactly the same scale, so which is really good. Now I finally got 5 together, which are the same scale, but they are standalone for the time being in my army. As mentioned in one of my previous video before, we got into a size argument, and I mentioned the latest Black Legion figures. These are really good figures, to be honest. Expensive, but they look really good. They are in the same size as the Space Marine 2 series, but these are also the common 40k or standard 40k Joytoy line. So they increase the size of these figures, right? Okay, fine. Now if you compare these, right, and you know what you see here? These figures are significantly bigger than the Space Marine. Okay, fine, someone gonna say, oh, because they're chaos, they're supposed to be bigger. Okay, put that aside, right? Put the storyline away, right? Just be realistic in terms of the toy scale, right? I mean, look at these, right? What do you think? And does it mean this Black Legion is no longer valid? Like this line is finished, right? They only released 5 figures, right? Luckily, I only get 3. A lot of people just get 5. So if one day Joytoy we release these Black Legion figures, right? These I'm not spending all the money on it, right? So because I only got 3, not 5, right? And also if you look at the most recent figures, the Traitor of Dark Angels, the Cypher. So you see the scale is actually based on the SM2 line, same scale as the Black Legion. You see the same height? Look at this. Would you accept that? Look, Richard's Guard, for example, they're all in different sizes. A lot of people saying the SM2 lines, SM2 lines, SM2 lines, and I keep on saying no, it is not. The Black Legion and then the latest release, this is not the issue of the SM2 line only, right? What is Joytoy gonna do with this? This only released not long ago. I had this video only like a month ago, right? And now, look at that, they changed it. So don't forget them, right? They are in wrong scale as well, not just SM2. Do you think Joytoy gonna re-release, these figures? Well, maybe the Black Legion they will release the same scale as that, but not in the special characters, which only released a month ago. So these recent figures are an issue as well. And then also there are comments saying that, these figures now, they reduce the size so that it works with the 40k line, the main 40k line. Really? Oh, I compare with these, which are the 40k line, right? Main figures, which released roughly 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago. So you got this first spawn, but of course, people are gonna say, oh look, it's a first spawn, they're smaller. Okay, fine, I'm gonna replace it. So, but at least, as you can see here, they're shorter, they're bulkier, it's more like a heroic scale. Anyway, I'll take this away. If people do not agree, I'll show you another one then. Okay, I put the veteran and also the sergeant, I forgot his name. So you can see here, they're also smaller, bulkier. They're totally different kind of like height, 5 to 8 millimeters height differences here. So you can see, yes, they reduce the size. They're still taller than our old figures. Of course, I'm quite sure someone gonna argue saying that, oh look, at least they're very similar, so you can put it in the tank or you can play together. Sure. The fact is they are just another size, put it this way, right? But at least, yes, when you put it together, just what I'm doing here, and if I put them randomly, and you won't see the differences, they're almost the same height. Surprisingly, when I put Kelga together with the Bladeguard, you know what? They look really good together. So this is good for, the old-time collectors, old-timer like me. And you can see I'm really happy with it like that, alright? So I can still using the old Kelga now. Now comes to the end of this video. These two Bladeguard definitely is a must get in my opinion. They are not just looking really good, sculpt is also really amazing, and the proportion, as compared to the older generations of figures, as you can see just now in the scale comparison, is much better, especially when you compare to the old Bladeguard. This one definitely 10 times better than the old one. And obviously, yes, they reduce the scale. It won't be the same scale as the original Space Marine 2 figures anymore. They are definitely in line with the latest Space Marine 2 figures, as I showed you before. Honestly, it is annoying, but what can you do? Unless you stop collecting Warhammer Joytoy figures, alright? Otherwise, thanks for watching this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you, and bye for now.